This Good to Go segment is sponsored by Spectrum Health Medical Group.
I'm sure you've heard of people reclaiming their lives by moving to a plant-based diet. But what is that, and what might it mean in your life? Well, the woman who knows is Chef Elizabeth Suvetti. She is the manager of culinary medicine at Spectrum Health, and she's here to talk about living a plant-based lifestyle, I guess it is, and a special challenge that Spectrum Health is putting out to the community. Thanks for having us to your kitchen.
Yeah, welcome. So you are standing in our lifestyle medicine practice here at Spectrum Health. We're in the downtown Market Teaching Kitchen. This is where we teach a lot of our virtual classes that we have now that are open to the public, as well as we have some patient classes here, and we see patients here. So it's a great space to be, and glad that you guys could be in the kitchen today. But when we talk about a plant-based diet and what that means, it can be different for everybody. So really what we're talking about with this plant-powered challenge that kicks off in January, it's around incorporating more whole plant-based foods in your diet. So is wherever you are today, we want you to include a little bit more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, legumes, spices. It doesn't have to be complicated. You might make spaghetti today from home. Maybe we would encourage you to use whole grain pasta, or we want you to put some different vegetables in there, maybe some bell pepper, some onions, some mushrooms, and just start to add more of that fiber, that nutrients in the dishes you're already making today.
You're making something for us, and I'm going to step out of the way so you can get in and tell us about what you're making.
Yeah, well, it's lunchtime, so we want to show everybody some really simple lunch things to make. It doesn't have to be complicated. This is an example of a really nice hearty salad that we like to show people. It's got some roasted spiced potatoes, some quinoa. We've made a nice dressing out of apple cider vinegar to go with it. This is one of my favorites. This is a stuffed bell pepper lentil soup. It's just packed with brown rice and lentils and tomatoes and different spices. We threw some parsley on there. So these are just really great examples of hearty lunches. But I want to show you a sandwich that's super easy to make. Because when it comes to lunchtime, people often turn to sandwiches that are packed with lunch meat, which is a highly processed food, which we want to encourage people to move away from processed foods. So this is an example where basically I'm just taking some canned beans, and you can just kind of mash them up a little bit if you want with a fork.
What is that bean?
This is just a cannellini bean. So it's kind of like a kidney bean, the white form of it. And basically you could mash it up. If you had a potato masher or a food processor, you could throw that in there to be a little bit quicker. But essentially we'll mash that up. We got a bean on the loose, throw in a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of minced garlic, just to kind of give it a little bit of kick, but not too much. And then if you want a little bit of salt and pepper, for everyone out there who loves things with a little bit of spice, you could definitely throw in a little bit more I like to put red pepper flakes in here as well. But I just want to show how easy this sandwich can come together. So essentially, I'll take some of this bean mixture. Again, if I had a little bit more time, I know on TV it's always tricky to fit everything in, but essentially you'd throw some of this mashed bean mixture on here. And then I like to kind of assemble it with some different things. A little bit of sliced tomato, some red onion. It gives great color. Remember, we eat with our eyes.
Yeah.
So we want to have that great color there. And then I enjoy a little avocado. It's kind of that healthy fat to go on there as well. And arugula is one of my favorite greens to put on, because again, I like that little bit of spice, and I think arugula has some nice spice. So
peppery kind of a flavor to it. And you also put in the recipe, spinach works well with this.
Yes, yes, spinach is great. You could put some like baby kale in, and really just want to show that it doesn't have to be complicated. I think people worry sometimes that eating more whole plant-based foods can be expensive or difficult, and really, as you see, it's basically opening some beans. I toasted this bread, served it with some sliced apples, and this is a perfectly fine lunch for someone to have that's going to leave you feeling really full and satisfied.
Let's talk about the benefits of that plant-based diet.
Yeah, so with that, we often hear from a lot of our patients and other general people that join our classes and the population within the Grand Rapids community and beyond. People feel they have better sleep, they have more energy, they lose weight. Those are all kind of like the healthy side effects that happen when you start to crowd your plate with a lot more of these whole plant-based foods and move out a lot of more of those processed foods that we want to steer clear of, those things that are high in sugar and salt.
And then the challenge, how does that going to work?
Yeah, so in January it kicks off. We encourage everyone to sign up as soon as possible. It's completely free. It's open to the public. We've already had about 1,500 people register and sign up, so you don't want to miss out on being part of that. And essentially for 30 days, we are going to send you an email once a week with some challenges to focus on. It might be eating more grains one week or eating more vegetables one week, and we're going to give you some tips on how to do that. We're going to provide you with some recipes, and also throughout the month we have webinars, panel discussions with all kinds of community partners and people. So physicians, people in the community. So we encourage you to sign up and join. You can sign up through spectrumhealth.org/plantpower.
All right, we'll put a link to it on our site, 13onyourside.com. Thanks. Terrific looking lunch.
Thank you.